Hello. Hi, this is Prabha here. I'm a deep healing coach. I work with somatic imagery and try to tap into people's body wisdom to help them heal themselves. I teach my technique, I have one-to-one sessions, and I also have free demos in my group. So I'd like to welcome you to join my group and join the free demo. So today I want to talk about migraines. So what causes migraines? I have family history of migraines, and many people in my family suffer from migraines. So a very close experience with that. And I noticed a certain pattern with migraines. So migraines are usually triggered. They are triggered by an external event. So if there is an external event that has taken place and within you, in response to that external event, you feel guilty. Say, for example, if you are not used to choosing yourself, if there is an external event that you really, really like, you want it, and it requires you to choose yourself, you might, when that external event comes in, and you think, oh my gosh, I love this, I want to go to this event, you might start feeling guilty. So what's happening there is a trigger. Certain external events will trigger your guilt. Or say if you had to say no to someone and you're actually not used to saying no, or you don't feel comfortable saying no, saying no itself can cause you to feel guilty. Say if you've never been allowed to say no when you're young, this will trigger guilt. Once the guilt is triggered, there is a conflict between who you are authentically and your guilt. So the guilt is the programming. You've been taught to behave in certain ways, and this comes in conflict. So the conflict between who you are and the part of you that's been programmed with guilt is basically the headache. The headache is what is a physical manifestation of that conflict. So physically there is an action that takes place. So when you feel guilty, there is a message that goes to your hypothalamus, which then sends a message of I hate myself to your pituitary glands, which then reduces your serotonin. Once your serotonin is reduced, there is another chemical that's got a kind of like opposite effect to that. You have a greater secretion of histamine. So your serotonin goes down, your histamine goes up. Histamine causes your blood vessels to dilate. So that's what happens physically. So when your blood vessels dilate, so that they expand, then they put pressure on the surrounding areas in your head and possibly near your eyes and these areas, and that causes the migraine. So there is a physical element to it, sure, but the trigger, that's an emotional trigger. So that's a trigger based on what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do. So when we talk about triggers, in the work that I do, we talk about diffusing the triggers. That's what the work's all about. So if you have sorry, I'm trying to find so if you have like what we call your original impulse, your authentic impulse, which is that case you wanted to say no to somebody, and you've got this kind of cellular memory, which is like the memory within your body, which is like can't say no, and we divert that behavior into I'm going to hate myself. I hate myself, therefore I can't say no. And we carry on. The diversion is the internal physical reaction. So we always work on the trigger within this type of work. So what happens is we carry a kind of electrical charge whenever we have a trigger. And this electrical charge, once we remove that charge, the cellular memory is not there. So you'll still remember that you used to be guilt tripped, but you will no longer remember, like in your body memory will be gone. Therefore, you won't anymore take that diversion towards self-hatred. You will be able to say no when you need to and take action. So this is basically how we would resolve trauma. We'd always look at the trigger and then we'd carry on and, discharge the energetic charge in the trigger, which will allow us to just, move in pathways that perhaps we haven't been able to move before, and this could resolve your migraine. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to watch more of my videos, please join my group or my YouTube channel. I've also got a Facebook business page, so you're welcome to all of them. And of course, you're very welcome to meet me in person in my healing circles every month, where I'll do a demo of my method. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.